I hear time and time again people making New Year's resolutions but falling at the first hurdle and not being able to stick to them. So in this video, what I want to do is share with you 5 easy steps that are going to help you to stick to your New Year's resolutions, not just for a month or two, but for the rest of your life. Let's go. So if you haven't seen any of my other New Year's videos, I hope you have a great New Year and also a great festive period. And this video, what I want you to start thinking about are your New Year's resolutions. And I did a video helping you to start to formulate and understand the best resolutions for you. So make sure you watch that video. But that's not enough. You need to also start to know how you're going to stick to those resolutions, because it's easy to say what we want to do, but actually sticking to them and doing them, that's the hard part. Step 1 is to start to relate to your New Year's resolutions as something which is a part of your life, a new habit, if you will. And habits are something that I've talked about in loads of my other videos, because we always see habits as something which is bad and that's holding us back. But actually, if you can start to formulate and use habits in a way that helps you to grow, develop, and get what you want from life, then habits are just a shortcut helping you to do what you need to do to succeed. And step number 2 is to free up some time. And the way that you can start to do that is by replacing some of those old habits with new ones, because those old habits were there to help you to achieve something else, something that was important to you maybe a couple of years ago, but they're not relevant anymore. So then if you start thinking which habits are working and which habits aren't, and then start pivoting and moving on those habits so that you can start to get rid of the ones that aren't working for you anymore. And inherently what will happen is that you'll have so much more free time on your hands. And with that free time, what you can start to do is to bring in some of those New Year's resolutions, those new habits, those new ways of living, so that you can prioritize those parts of your life which are the most important for you right now. Just a quick word on habits. They are there trying to help you to get what you want from your life. But those habits were established so long ago that they were helping you to do something which you wanted 5, 10, 15 years ago, which isn't relevant now. So if you can start to make your New Year's resolution a habit, it's going to help you to get what you want from right now, and also what you perceive you want from the future. So you started to lay the foundations in making your resolutions a part of your life. What you need to start to think about next is making them ever present throughout your life, which means doing them over and over and over again, because the more times you do something, the easier it gets and the more used to it you get. So it's not just the action that becomes easy, but it's also the way it makes you think about that action, but also the way you feel about that action too. Because one of the biggest problems that people face is that they have a great idea or a great resolution, but they can't get the momentum to keep on actioning it. So after a couple of weeks, it just falls away and you don't think about it anymore. But if you keep on doing it over and over and over again, what happens is that your brain and your body and also your heart gets used to that action, and it just becomes a normal part of life, which means you're more likely to do it, because human beings are built to do something repetitive, which is easy. And if that new habit becomes easy for you, then you'll just stick to it. It will just be the easiest thing for you to do. So you'll be more likely to gravitate towards it. Step 4 is to tell other people about your New Year's resolutions. And that might actually seem counterintuitive, because you might think that puts excess pressure on me, strain, and also people will be judging me. But what I say to you is this: the more people you have rallying around you, trying to help you to achieve whatever it is you want, the more likely you are to do it. And also, this is a nice little cheat for you, because if those people are telling you you're wrong, it's not right, you shouldn't do it, what's the point, do something else, then those sorts of people aren't the people that are going to be supportive in any area of your life. So how much are they actually giving you? Because if they're not giving you anything, then why do you have them a part of your life? A friend is there to try and help support you no matter what your decisions. So make sure you listen to the people that are trying to help and start to back away from the people that aren't helping you. I'd hate to think that anyone is being surrounded by people telling them they can't do anything, because in actuality, you can do anything that you want if you put your mind to it. And step number 5, which is probably the most important part of this playlist, is to prioritize your needs and your resolutions over anything else. The thing about priorities are that we've been so used to prioritizing everything and everyone else that it might feel quite alien and selfish to start to prioritize what you want. And that's okay, because at that part of your life, that was the best thing for you to do. But now you need to start formulating and rejigging what it is that you expect from your life and yourself. So by starting to prioritize your resolutions, what you're going to start to see is that you're going to drop other parts of your life which aren't that important anymore, because you'll have your eye on the prize. You'll know the right steps that you need to take to get to that end goal. And that's the thing about prioritizing, is that it's not about being selfish and hurting other people. It's just about putting your needs on top of that list, because other people do it all the time. Why should it always be up to you to prioritize everyone else? And that's why so many of us fall up making and sticking to our resolutions, because we're so used to dedicating our time to everyone else and also those old habits and behaviors which aren't helping us, that we fail to have any space for ourselves to feel able to do this, to achieve things, to get what we want from our lives. Sticking to anything new is hard, but what this playlist has been about is trying to make it as easy as possible for you to stick to your New Year's resolutions, to a new habit, to a new way of life. If it's easy, our brains are wired to make us want to do it. If something's hard and we're not used to doing something hard, we're less likely to actually stick at it, to do it, to get good at it. And that's the thing with, for example, video games. They make it easy at the start and it gets harder and harder and harder as we get along. So we're more likely to stick at it and try and beat it in the end. Life, unfortunately, isn't like that. So what you need to start to think is this: make sure that you have the time, the space, the will, and the attitude to go out and do it, to achieve it. And in the end, you'll look back and think, what was the big fuss about? That resolution really helped me. And next year, I'm gonna make even better resolutions, which are gonna help me to reach for the stars and get what I want. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's allowed you to see that your New Year's resolutions, that new way of life, and just being happy are within your grasp. Remember, if you've got any questions you want me to answer, please do leave it in the comment section and I'll answer it in a future video. Also, remember to like this video and subscribe to see plenty more to come. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.